Three, two, one. Let's do it. Welcome back to Meanwhile. This is episode 8, episode 2 of the Quaranteam. While. We're doing a special episode this week. Jackson, what are we doing differently?
Well, Scott, in a world without sports, we figured we needed to draft a whole team of people that we would be willing to be quarantined with, or as we liked it, are all quaranteams.
We're going to kick this off with Andre's first pick is Will Smith. Andre, tell us, why do you want to be quarantined with Will Smith?
Well, take a look at his house, okay? If you wanted to be quarantined with anyone, it would be Will Smith in his house. For context, Vatican City is considered a country, and it is 110 acres. Will Smith's real estate, 150. Let that sink in.
Well, he's got the Fresh Prince.
Exactly. He's got basketball court, tennis court, everything. So it's practically an entire country.
It's not really Will Smith. You just want his house.
But you get his house if you pick if you quarantine with Will Smith.
Quick question though: is Jaden there?
Most likely, yes.
Out. I'm out.
Your second pick, your number 2 overall pick, was Scarjo.
Yes. She's a very talented actress. She probably has a ton of Marvel stories that I would be interested in knowing. And I mean, come on, it's Scarlett. Need I say more?
I would love to see your list of questions to Scarjo on that first day, and it'll be like, tell me about Black Widow. David Chang, Andre, walk us through your third pick. Check this out.
Well, if you're gonna get quarantined, at least be quarantined with with someone like a professional chef like David Chang. So I think he does a really good job of just ugly delicious style of cooking, and it's great.
My questions on these draft picks are all like, does this include his newborn baby? Because being quarantined with a newborn baby sounds not great.
Might be the price to pay. Yeah, along with Jaden Smith, unfortunately.
Wow. Hey, bold picks. You know what else is bold? Your hard no. You wrote all the Kardashians.
Imagine being stuck in a room with all of them, just arguing and look, crying.
I'm here for this one, Andrea. They definitely are definitely on my absolute no list as well.
Agree. I had the opportunity of drafting second. So my number 1 draft pick is Shaquille O'Neal, and mainly because he just throws. That's in his house. He's basically throwing a rave in his house. I just think that being around he's also got one of those giant properties like the Fresh Prince. But being around him and his crew, they just seem like they're just having a good time with this, because that's kind of what you need to do.
I have 2 questions about this. A, why doesn't Shaq have his own Kardashian show? Because his sons are amazing. That one who takes his shirt off is absolute fire.
He's my favorite.
Oh my God, he's a star just waiting to happen. Get him all the indoor. Look at him, he's amazing. But why is he having he's just having so much fun? That's the key. I don't think. No offense to Andre's second pick, Scarjo is not having fun in there in her quarantine house.
My second pick was, this is my personal opinion of the best dancer on TikTok right now, and that's Jack Black.
Give me a show with Jack Black and Shaq's shirtless son together after this, and I am all in.
I think for me, I picked Jack Black mainly because he already makes great YouTube content. I think TikTok is really going to open this up for him. I'd love to do a Shia with him and make him watch all his movies with you.
Yes.
That'd be great. And my third pick was Canadian, Matty Matheson. He just seems like a running stream of consciousness. I think he's hilarious. And similar to Andre, I mean, if you're hungry, you feel like he'd really enjoy making you food.
I feel like it's worth the price of him not having a shirt on.
Of course. Well, my hard no is Japanese performer Mr. Uakusa. I can't really pronounce it. Anyway, there's a lot of content of this guy going around where he's doing weird stunts like this.
He's a genius. This is
Genius.
I definitely disagree with you. You would not want this guy in your apartment right now. He'd be so much fun.
This is the hard no, because at some point he's gonna run out of doing stuff to himself, and he's gonna want to start doing stuff to you, and that's a hard no.
I know, but this is like classic Luke Skywalker in original Star Wars. Like you can turn off the switch, you can turn off the Netflix, you can turn off the targeting computer, and you just got this guy just doing random pranks all day long, and it's amazing.
He's definitely in the top 30 draft pick for sure.
Yeah, his defensive skills are like unprecedented. Backboard, like he's amazing in the
too much hand checking. Jackson's number 1 pick, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Being inside with Schwarzenegger, I mean, he's got stogies, he's got donkeys, and he is unbelievable. He's lecturing the donkey on what to do on chess. Yeah, and he's wearing a leather jacket inside. So he must be just cranking the AC, which I love.
Jackson's number 2 pick, January Jones.
Very strange pick, but she seems to have a great supply of Coors Light and is just doing weird stuff. So it's kind of like finding a diamond in the rough, like a rookie choice. Just like she seems super fun. She's probably got some great John Hamm stories.
Oh yeah.
I'm all in on January Jones and drinking Coors Light out of a straw.
And with the 3rd pick, A-Rod and J-Lo.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, they were kind of on the bubble for me because they're having so much fun. They got maybe not the same size compound as Will Smith. They've got an incredible backyard, despite it being in Florida, maybe not the best location to ride this thing out. But I think you'd have all the fun in the world and learn how to swing a bat and maybe do some defensive plays baseball-wise. So I'm all in on J-Lo and A-Rod.
But Jackson, with them two comes like their kids as well. So there's a little bit of a drawback.
It's a risk. It's a risk. You're just hoping, just like you and Will Smith, that Jaden's going to be down in like a room like off campus. You're just hoping that like there's a little bit of like an adult part of the house where like the kids aren't allowed.
There's no sure things in the quarantine draft, guys.
Yeah.
Except for possibly Jackson's hard no, Madonna.
This is a tough choice. There's a lot of candidates for hard no's, but I think being stuck in a mansion with Madonna would be the worst. Like I think she'd just she'd be lecturing you. She'd be like in baths. You'd be like plucking rose petals off roses nonstop. She'd be like yelling at you. I just think it would not be good. I don't think one of you would not make it out.
I agree. Well, thus concludes the inaugural All-Quaranteam draft with Jackson, Andre, and myself, which leads us to shout-outs. The first shout-out we're going to be talking about today is tweet a pic of your hair when quarantine is over. So nobody can go out and get haircuts these days. I'm in a similar boat here. I think at some point very, very soon, my hair is going to be down to my shoulders. But this is just a great meme that's been going around. I think it's really, really funny.
I love it.
The next shout out is the quarantine couples. This is hilarious when your wife emerges after 6 hours of Zoom.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
I'm still a piece of garbage guy. He's pretty good.
Still a piece of garbage.
Very appropriate. And the big one that's kind of sweeping through as of yesterday is the March 31st to April 1st meme. I think it's hilarious. So we got some Bryce Dallas Howard going on here. We got some Chris Evans going on here. The differences between March 1st and April 1st. This is my favorite, the Gremlin one, because that's kind of what we're living through these days. And that's our shout outs, which brings us to the end of our episode this week. Like, share, tell us who your quarantine is going to be. Comment it to us, tweet us, drop it in a Facebook comment if you want, even.
Would someone pick us on their quarantine?
Edit that out. I don't want to be on the hard no list.
You're definitely on the hard no list, Scott.
What?
He's got no survival skills.
Relax. I still got my coffee. I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Till next time. Bye.